SCP-3066. Object Class, Keter. Special Containment Procedures. A circular surveillance perimeter with a 500-meter radius is to be established around SCP-3066. Surveillance of this perimeter must be continuous, and Foundation personnel must be on standby to intercept any trespassing civilians. Class B amnestics may be applied to close proximity civilian witnesses of an Echartanitol discharge. Products of an Echartanitol discharge are to be destroyed as rapidly as possible. Flamethrowers and incendiary grenades are to be stocked in a separate structure adjacent to SCP-3066 for deployment during an incident. Management of the ensuing wildfires may be handled by Foundation operatives or local firefighters. SCP-3066-C are to be terminated or kept in solitary confinement. Testing on SCP-3066-C is not to involve direct contact with more than 5 uninfected persons at a time. To prevent lapses of judgment and loss of productivity, entry into SCP-3066 is strongly discouraged. Entry into SCP-3066-A is strictly prohibited. Cover stories are to be fielded regarding unusual lights in the area surrounding Brown Mountain, North Carolina. These include vehicle lights, combustion of naturally occurring methane, ball lightning, and extraterrestrial activity. TTT. Description: SCP-3066 is a small log cabin in Linville Gorge, North Carolina. It is dilapidated and appears to have been abandoned in 1937. Much of the roof has collapsed. It is notably one of the only artificial structures in the valley, and is entirely isolated. SCP-3066 is surrounded by thick vegetation, heavily obscuring it even when viewed from a distance of 20 meters. When within SCP-3066, the perception of time is heavily warped. While timekeeping devices work as expected, personnel report a trance-like state of mind, with very few memories of their time inside SCP-3066. Metabolism is also much slower, allowing personnel to spend several days within SCP-3066 with no ill effects. Underneath SCP-3066 is an airtight cellar, originally used for storing wine. The cellar contains a writing desk that is stocked with hundreds of written pages and journals. Nearby is a circular borehole with a diameter of 3.3 meters. This borehole has been designated SCP-3066-A. SCP-3066-A has no discernible bottom. Expeditions into SCP-3066-A have managed a depth of 2 kilometers, and experimentation has not been conclusive. At 50-meter intervals along SCP-3066-A, there are large archways leading into separate chambers. The existence of these chambers is known only through seismic analysis, as any cameras or observers entering the archways abruptly stop responding. No personnel or equipment lost in this way have been recovered. Furthermore, incursion into the archways appears to trigger an Echartanitol discharge. At somewhat irregular intervals, SCP-3066-A will produce an Echartanitol discharge. These events only occur during the local night. During an Echartanitol discharge, approximately 500 tons of matter are expelled into SCP-3066 and the surrounding forest. This matter is usually propelled through the collapsed roof of SCP-3066 and into the upper troposphere once it exits SCP-3066. This process does not usually cause damage to SCP-3066. The products of an Echartanitol discharge are often very flammable, and can often be neutralized using incendiary weapons. Due to the flight trajectory often taken by discharged material, the burning material will often fall on or near Brown Mountain, about 7 miles east of SCP-3066. 75% of the discharged mass is composed of 5 times 10-inch sheets of parchment paper. These pages are collectively designated SCP-3066-B. SCP-3066-B are covered in writing or sketches, and contain potent cognitohazards. The remaining mass varies between incidents, but will usually consist of a delivery system for SCP-3066-B. Exposure to SCP-3066-B will invariably result in immediate cessation of all higher mental functions. Affected individuals, SCP-3066-C, will use their own bodily fluids to write on nearby surfaces. These communications are often aimed at convincing observers to move toward SCP-3066. Some instances of SCP-3066-C will also produce nonsensical poetry and prose. None of the writing created by SCP-3066-C is anomalous. When in the presence of non-affected individuals, SCP-3066-C will rapidly approach and begin to vocalize. Audio recordings of this process degrade into white noise before vocalization begins, and any human observers within earshot will become new instances of SCP-3066-C. As a result, the content of vocalization by SCP-3066-C is unknown. The effects of SCP-3066-B may constitute a mimetic agent, though further investigation is necessary to classify them. When present in large groups, SCP-3066-C will alter their behavior. Instances of SCP-3066-C will begin forming convoluted structures out of their own bodies, often extracting and utilizing internal organs as structural components. Note that SCP-3066-C are no more durable than non-anomalous human beings, though they do not have a pain response. The structures created by large collections of SCP-3066-C have the same effect as SCP-3066-B, and can trigger the infection of much larger populations. Addendum 3066-1, Expedition Audio Log. Members of MTF Zeta 9, mole rats, were sent into SCP-3066 after the initial exploration of the anomaly. The purpose of the expedition was to explore SCP-3066-A, plus show audiolog for Expedition Beta, Idlog, Begin Log, Beta 1, Check-in, Team, Beta 2, Beta 2, Checking in, Beta 3, Beta 3, Beta 4, Beta 4. Right after you, 1, Beta 1, okay, we're going in. Stay close, a door creaks, Beta 2, wow, and though this place looked decrepit from the outside, Beta 1, it's dusty. Smells kind of like ash. Nothing unusual so far, Beta 2, mind closing that door, Beta 1, okay, all team members are inside. It's a little crowded, Beta 3, you know, this place is pretty beautiful once you stop to take a look at it, Beta 4, it really is. Shit, I wouldn't mind living here. Whoever built the cabin had the right idea. Irrelevant dialogue over the next 15 minutes has been redacted for brevity, Beta 1, I agree. At any rate, I think we've loitered long enough. Let's get down to the cellar, Beta 3, man, we've got time. We could stay up here a bit longer, Beta 1, that would be great, but I don't want to get yelled at when we leave. Let's move, sound of footsteps and creaking wood, Beta 3, huh. Why would you put a desk in the cellar, Beta 2, maybe he didn't have room upstairs, Beta 4, I wouldn't mind having the alcohol on hand, Beta 1, I think the huge hole in the floor is what we should be focusing on here, Beta 2, that's right. I'll get out the rappelling gear, Beta 1, alright Beta 3 and 4, get in formation. We're heading down, Beta 3, understood, rope is anchored and unfurled. Beta 1, 3, and 4 secure their harnesses and begin the descent. Beta 2 remains on the surface, Beta 1, it's very dark. The walls are smooth stone, and perfectly circular. It looks like it was excavated by a machine, Beta 3, hell of a thing to have under your house. In the wine cellar no less, Beta 4, my breath's fogging up, Beta 1, we're about 50 meters in by now, it wouldn't surprise, Beta 3, hey, I see something, Beta 4, yeah, there's a doorway, Beta 1, wow, that thing's pretty big. I'd say 3 meters tall and at least 2 meters wide. Also cleanly cut out of the stone, Beta 4, should we go in, Beta 1, no I think we keep going down and try to find the bottom. On the way back up we can investigate further, Beta 3, I've got this feeling that this is gonna take a while, Beta 4, no shit. I mean, They called us in, right, Beta 2, via radio. How are you guys doing down there, Beta 1, it's getting a little cold, but we haven't found any boogeyman yet, Beta 2, tell me when you do, Beta 1, we will. 2 hours of irrelevant dialogue has been redacted for brevity. Note that the presence of multiple archways at regular intervals is discovered, Beta 1, how much rope have we gone through, Beta 2, 2,234 meters. I'm about to run out, Beta 1, what do you say we head back? Anyone feeling hungry, Beta 3, now that you mention it, I'm a little peckish. Let's go up, clicks as ascenders are equipped, Beta 2, I think I'm going upstairs to think for a bit. Radio in if you need anything, Beta 1, will do, Beta 3, hey, we could use the echo to tell how much further down it goes, Beta 1, go ahead. But you have to do the math, Beta 3, echo, reverberations are heard. Beta 2 makes no attempt at calculating depth, and analysts have concluded that the sound fades out before the presence of a bottom surface can be confirmed. 2 hours of irrelevant dialogue have been redacted for brevity, Beta 1, I think this is the last archway before we get out. Can you confirm, Beta 2, sure. You're at 50 meters, Beta 1, alright, it's now or never. I'll lead the way, Beta 3, I need to give my arms a rest anyway, Beta 1, okay, I'm in the archway. The floor is solid. It's pitch black in there, Beta 3, oh fuck, that's gonna hurt real bad tomorrow, Beta 1, that's fine. Let's go, Beta 4, my lamp doesn't seem to be doing anything. I guess we move forward, Beta 1, affirmative, Beta 3, you guys go ahead. I'll work out a few kinks here, Beta 4, this is not normal. The walls aren't reflecting, audio feed from Beta 1 and 4 suddenly turns to static, Beta 3, guys. You still there? I think the mic's cut out, Beta 2, any trouble down there, Beta 3, oh shit. They're gone. Can't see them at all, Beta 2, Beta 1? You there, Beta 3, yeah, no response. And now there's the smell of shit. I'm getting out of here, Beta 2, okay. Hurry up. I'll keep the rope down for a few more minutes in case they're still there, a few grunts as Beta 3 returns to the surface with some urgency. Beta 2 and 3 remain in the cellar for some minutes as Beta 2 begins stowing the rope, Beta 3, do you feel that, Beta 2, the rumble, Beta 3, yeah, and a bit of a breeze, too. We should get going, Beta 2, and might still be down there, Beta 3, no way in hell, Beta 2, look, I'm close to finishing with this, the rope is stowed in silence. Some wind is picked up, as well as minor seismic vibrations. Beta 2 and 3 leave SCP-3066 and report back to Foundation Command, End Log, Addendum 3066-2, Log of Ekhartanitol discharges. The following is a complete list of all Ekhartanitol discharges, plus Sholigov incidents, Heidlig, designation, description, Incident 3066-1, occurred the night following Expedition Beta, -19. Foundation operatives in the area reported minor seismic activity, followed by a loud report from the direction of SCP-3066. Soon afterward, a large plume of insects was sighted ascending over Linville Gorge, heading east. To prevent public awareness of SCP-3066, a small aircraft was fielded to administer insecticide to the plume. The chemical had little effect. During this initial flyby, it was discovered that the plume was composed entirely of large beetles, and that each beetle was carrying a thick sheaf of paper. As the plume approached populated areas, it was deemed necessary to field a Foundation cargo lifter equipped with incendiary weapons. The beetles proved to be more flammable than expected, and much of the plume was rapidly destroyed. Surviving elements of the discharge were collected for testing. Incident 3066-2, occurred on, -19. Foundation personnel were beginning to set up a surveillance perimeter surrounding SCP-3066 and reported minor seismic activity immediately prior to discharge. Incendiaries were rapidly flown in. It was found that no aerial elements existed, and that the discharge was largely contained in the area immediately surrounding SCP-3066. Several thousand African gray parrots were roosting in the trees near SCP-3066, and the forest floor was littered with SCP-3066-B. The birds were repeating the phrase "hell for the company," but were otherwise non-anomalous. The effects of SCP-3066-B were more firmly established during this event, and cleanup operations extended over the next 3 months. Incident 3066-3 occurred on -19. On-site personnel responded after seismic activity was detected preceding the discharge. Much of the discharge material was destroyed immediately after it emerged from SCP-3066, limiting the impact of the incident. Notably, the material was expelled at an incredibly high velocity, causing damage to SCP-3066 and allowing a few grams of material to escape Foundation efforts and enter the stratosphere. This matter was carried by winds toward the city of Morganton, where a minor outbreak of SCP-3066-C was detected and successfully handled. Incident 3066-4 occurred on -19. On-site personnel responded after seismic activity was detected preceding the discharge. All discharge material was successfully neutralized after it emerged from SCP-3066. Collateral damage to the forest and SCP-3066 was limited. Due to the rapid response, the precise nature of the discharge was never identified. Incident 3066-5 occurred on -20. On-site personnel were unable to respond in a timely fashion due to an unrelated emergency in the area. Reports of a large white cloud over Linville Gorge were met with the deployment of an aircraft armed with incendiaries. The discharged material was found to be a group of ornithopters, made of balsa wood and magpie feathers. The power source for the machines has not been identified. Each ornithopter was delivering a sample of SCP-3066-B, and was heading east. Due to evasive action by the discharged material, extensive damage was caused to the forests in Linville Gorge before the threat could be neutralized. A joint effort between Foundation operatives and local firefighters was sufficient to extinguish the flames. The wildfire and noise was blamed on a lightning storm. SCP-3076 was discovered in the forests during early cleanup operations. Incident 3066-6 occurred on -20. On-site personnel responded after minor seismic activity was detected. Response efforts were successful and neutralized the discharge quickly. Though no samples were recovered, personnel report the presence of origami butterflies, possibly made from SCP-3066-B. Incident 3066-7 occurred on -20. On-site personnel responded immediately. The discharged material consisted of several flame-resistant pods, each containing a sample of SCP-3066-B. These pods appeared to be self-propelled, and targeted Foundation personnel directly. Most of the response force was lost and became instances of SCP-3066-C. Aerial support was called in, and the remaining discharged material, as well as SCP-3066-C, were successfully neutralized. The possibility that SCP-3066 may be adapting to Foundation efforts is being considered. Addendum 3066-3, Recovered Journal. The following are excerpts from a journal recovered from the writing desk in SCP-3066, plus Show Journal, iJournal, 10/3/1931. I bought a cabin in North Carolina earlier this morning. I reasoned it would be a welcome change from the hubbub of New York City, and it might allow me to focus on my writing. I plan to begin packing as soon as I finish my work for the newspaper. When next I write, I hope to be basking in the natural glow of Appalachia. 10/30/1931. The forest is disconcertingly quiet. There is nothing but the soft sound of birdsong and wind. I suppose I will come to enjoy it with time. With no obligations ahead of me, I will be finally able to write my novel in peace. 11/21/1931, my mother contacted me from New York. She would like me to visit the family for Christmas. I was forced to decline her invitation. The words seem to be spilling from my pen, and the ideas flow even more strongly. I will spend the winter in North Carolina, 12/13/1931, I visited Morganton today. I needed to stock up on food and firewood for the coming snows. It's a welcoming enough place, if rather slow. There were many people curious what someone from the big city was doing in the backwoods. A few were interested in my novel, and would be willing to read it once it's done. I have begun to entertain the concept of publication. Perhaps I can make my fortune this way. 12/25/1931, there was a vicious storm today. I'm stuck in the cabin for at least a few weeks. 1/1/1932, Happy New Year. 1/17/1932, I tried to leave the valley, but there is still snow blocking the trail. I have enough food to last into the summer, but the isolation is my main concern. I am glad to report that I have made significant headway in my writings over the winter. I expect to be finished before the end of spring. 2/3/1932, there is still no way out of the gorge. The forest is mesmerizing. 2/10/1932, I have been having trouble with the novel recently. I am unhappy with the earlier chapters, and have considered rewriting them. I am also increasingly occupied with the broad public perception of my novel. I would very much like my work to become known the world over, but the additional deliberation may prolong the process. 3/4/1932, my work has come to a standstill. Whole weeks have passed by without memory, as I lay and think. Nothing but thinking. My pen sits idle. 3/6/1932, I went out for a walk in the woods today, to clear my mind. While I was out, I stumbled upon the most curious bird. It was a raven or a crow, but entirely white. What an odd thing. 3/7/1932, I have begun writing again, little by little. That fervor that I felt when I first arrived here has started to come back. I am hopeful for the future. I saw the white crow today, watching me from outside my window. 3/10/1932, I have decided the best way to complete this novel is to remove all the complexity. No supporting characters, no setting, nothing but raw emotion. I will write the story as a series of self-reflections from a single man. Powerful, simple, and accessible. Perfect. 3/13/1932, my efforts have been going well. The crow visited me today, and left a bottle of ink, just as I was starting to run out. It is quite a clever bird. I'm not sure where it found the bottle, but the ink is absolutely marvelous. Black as night and smooth as air. I will cherish the gift. 3/20/1932, I have seen myself for what I truly am. Ignorance is bliss. 4/1932, my food stores have been depleting, but I find myself needing to eat less and less as I work. The glow of inspiration has consumed me. I find the mirror increasingly useful as a portal into the human mind. Some days I simply write what it whispers to me. 5/1932, I am almost done. There are only a few more revisions to make. I have realized it has been a few months since I last tried to make my way into Morganton. I must surely go soon. The white crow left some of its feathers as a gift today. 1934, there are no words for what I have witnessed. A place where the quill is as mighty as God, my thoughts as good as reality. Beautiful, blank, and perfect, a world ready to be seated by my own mind. I have built myself a grand palace in that world, gleaming on a hillside covered in lavender. It is with great pain that I take the time to write these words, as every moment in the real world is like hell by comparison. I am not sure when I will next write, but I have no intention of leaving my parchment soon. 1936, I'm not sure where I went wrong. It's not beautiful anymore, /1936, the pains of reality are coming back. I must have been gone a long time, /1936, the quill. It is the quill. It wants to create of its own accord, /1936, the twitching and scraping keeps me up at night. I must end this before I go insane, the world has fallen apart. The quill is a clumsy creator, but it is ruthlessly efficient. Where I left ruins and smoke, it has created hell. I have tried to reason with it, and it has agreed to share power with me if I allow it to work within this reality. I'm not sure what this will mean, I haven't been feeling well lately. I cannot sleep or eat. The quill calls me always. My reflection stares at me from the foot of the bed, unblinking and pulsating. I can watch myself slipping into madness, the quill made a hole in the world. It hasn't said why. I looked in the mirror today and saw a magpie, I don't know where I am. I woke up an hour ago and the walls are covered in strange symbols and shapes. My head hurts when I look at them. The quill is waiting for me, I'll try to stop it from inside. It needs me, and I can keep it from breaking free. I just need to spend the rest of my existence in hell. However long that is, I think sometimes that the quill and I aren't very different. All it wants is for the world to read what it makes. Just like I did, all those years ago. It is, after all, just a feather. Maybe I'm the only one here, fighting myself in a fit of madness. Maybe I'm already dead. I just don't know, but when did I ever know? I can't risk bringing the whole world down with me. I will be going in permanently tomorrow, what it needs above all else is a liaison to the real world. Without that, it really is just a feather. But as soon as someone steps into its realm, it can dig itself in and start creating abominations. That's why I have to stay down there. I'm the only one who knows about it. It is a secret that will die with me. No one will know of my sacrifice. And that's fine, damn bird.